Hey y'all, welcome back to the Quietest Kept podcast with me, your journal-based Shawnti Refuge of Shawnti Refuge Journals. Today we are tackling people pleasing, a habit that so many of us struggle with but don't always recognize. If you feel like you always have to keep the peace, you always have to avoid conflict or put others before yourself, then this episode is for you. So turn up the volume, get your cup of tea, and let's get into it. Now, for me, I used to be a professional people pleaser. I did. I thought that if I kept everyone around me happy, I would feel loved and accepted. But you know what? It only left me drained, unfulfilled, and disconnected from my own needs. According to research, people pleasers often have lower self esteem and a high risk of burnout because they prioritize others' needs over their own. And you know what the worst part is? We train people to expect our constant yes. I too am guilty of that. And you know what? While it was happening, I didn't even realize it. Is when I started my healing journey. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm a people pleaser. You know what? I had low self-esteem. And I was like boggled, dumbfounded, flabbergasted, because I did not think that was me, but it was me. So in my book, Quiet is Kept, I talk about how to unlearn the belief that my worth was tied to what I could do for others. Growing up, I'm sure many of us, we were taught that being a good person meant sacrificing our own needs for the sake of others. But being good to others should never come at the expense of being good to ourselves. So how do we break free? First, you have to recognize where people pleasing shows up in your life. Do you say yes out of obligation? Do you feel guilty when prioritizing yourself? I know I used to. Not anymore, honey. um, you learn to disappoint people when it's necessary. Not everybody's going to like your boundaries, and that is okay. That's perfectly okay. They will live to see another day. They will not die. I've never heard of anybody dying from somebody telling them no. And if they have, correct me if I'm wrong and comment. Send me a comment, send me an email, and let me know that such and such died on this day because such and such told them no. And they just like dropped dead. Start prioritizing your own needs without guilt. Self-care is not selfish. Prioritize your own needs. And I'm going to help you do that with these journaling prompts. Number one, where in my life do I say yes when I really want to say no? And be honest with yourself when you're answering these prompts. Number two, what fears come up when I think about putting myself first? Which is scared they're going to talk to you no more. And that right there, if you say no to someone that you used to always say yes to, and they get so mad at you for saying no, they quit talking to you, that should tell you right there where you stood with them. Have them to kick rocks with no shoes on. Yes, it's going to hurt, but you matter. Your feelings matter. Your needs matter. You come first. Third prompt, how can I start practicing small acts of self-prioritization? I can't answer that for you. You have to answer that for yourself. But I do know one thing. It's time to stop living for other people and start living for yourself. If this episode hit home, share with somebody who needs to hear it. They need this reminder. And make sure you go grab your copy of my book, Quiet as Kept, for more insights on healing, self-worth, and setting boundaries. Go to ShawntiRefuge.com. Until next time.